Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Wakwak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the mighty Akim, Wakwathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. Also, I guess I'm Yahawadah. I remember to incorporate this in the intro more, but in terms of who the Israelites are, this is not no black or white thing. Okay, it is a bloodline thing. It is a spirit thing, and when I say spirit, I also mean bloodline. Okay, because we are Israelites not because of what we look like, but because of what our fathers are. Okay, if our fathers are Israelites, then that's when where it is ethnicity slacky. So let's continue on with the actual lesson. Basically, in this lesson, I'm going to be talking about some stuff in regards to the war. Okay, where Esau is at war, as well as Donald Trump is basically Nero. All right, and this is funny because this brother basically shows, because actually I'm gonna mute it. He goes to a UFC thing, all right, to see to watch a fight, all right. And what did they do in ancient Rome? They were watching the gladiators, and then the the rulers would basically say, "Hey, kill this guy," for my entertainment and stuff like that. Like, kill each other for my entertainment. They would set up pit gladiators against one another. All right, I think it was that movie. I forgot what that movie was. Not 300. It was that other movie. I don't remember, but it's not a Spartan movie. I think it might have been a Spartan movie. Whatever. But basically, yeah, you get the point where there was a bunch of fights that going on specifically, and where the thing, and honestly, I knew that brothers were calling DJT Nero, all right, if you know who Nero is, and I can see it. I can most definitely see it, and it was definitely something that I didn't really pay much attention to. It's not like I didn't believe it. I just didn't really I didn't really like put too much stock into it, but this definitely just kind of makes me feel a bit more inclined to believe that, all right, especially with this whole thing. All right, Slakia, hold on. Especially with this whole thing with him, doing this type of stuff. All right, now also, with this, I just heard yesterday, not the day I'm doing this, but conveniently enough, I found this brother's lesson, which reminded me of this again, where this one dude, Piers Morgan, all right, he basically was formerly all about defending the Ish people, all right, and now he basically did a whole 180 where he's completely against them. He's basically calling them out on their BS and how they are actively doing wicked. And this brother in this lesson, watch this lesson, this is a great lesson, okay, goes more into it than I'm gonna go into, but he basically talks out and calls out Esau for his wickedness. And again, it just, speaking as a man, I think it's very funny to see stuff where you have people that are just easily disproven from their perspectives. All right, Slocky, I'm trying to find where he plays the video. Yahawadah, I'm gonna remember to continue to have videos playing in the beginning rather than letting the video, rather than playing it. If someone wants to take the video for my thing, you can, if you want to make a lesson of your own.
which is something I was like, when it's a beautiful.
So how many civilians have been killed?
All right, let's say we take the so-called Gaza Health Ministries numbers, the corrected version.
Now she tries to use logic and she just F's it all up.
Do you remember what that is now?
So you can put a name to it.
So we went.
And you think that's the total number of civilians killed?
The last time I was on your show, you had Barghouti saying that there was 40, 50, 60,000 dead. Let's just add numbers on, because why not? Everybody will believe you anyway.
If you've got no idea how many civilians you killed, why should I believe a word about the numbers of Hamas?
Because we know how many brigades they have, because we have that intelligence. We know how many.
We have that intelligence. Look, dude, we got bullets that fly into buildings and it only hits Hamas. You know what I'm saying? Our bombs only blow up Hamas niggas. They don't touch civilians. And shut your ass up.
So just to be clear, you know exactly how many terrorists you've killed, but you have no idea how many civilians.
Piers, you seem to be.
And why is it that when an Arab or anybody that's brown, for that matter, defends their land, their way of life, they're an insurgent or a T-word? All right.
Yeah, so Slakia, that was basically it. And he basically, again, I try not to put in the things that the brothers say, because I want to kind of put in my own thing. But at the same time, sometimes they say the right thing. Sometimes the video puts in, and I really do agree, and I really do want to share this. And this is just a taste of what you will get from this brother's list video. So go watch this video again. Like, this is better, way better than what I have to say. So continuing on, let's get into this. Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. Where again, we're slowly transitioning into to a time where these people, the citizens, of Babylon, they're not going to care anymore. They do not care about the people in power. They don't care, Slakia, about DJT. They don't care about, oh my God, Slakia, I'm freaking choking. They don't care about any of that type of stuff anymore, simply because it's just gotten to a point where it's like you guys are liars. Like, everyone is starting to open their eyes to see that the people that are in charge, they are lying to you. All right. The people saw that with the C9V. All right. And then now they're starting to see it with this. People are more, information is more readily available to people. And as a result, that people are actively going out and checking all these different sources. They're seeing that all the things that they were told by their leaders is false. So as a result of that, people are more privy to the lies that Esau is telling. All right, let me get this. Psalm 55 verse 20, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Okay, so Esau, everyone is starting to see Esau is a liar. Esau is breaking his covenants. Esau is backstabbing people. Okay, he's backdooring people and trying to take advantage of people in weak positions. All right, this has been Esau's whole MO, and it's only now that people want to see this and acknowledge and recognize what Esau is doing, what Esau has been doing. All right, but then let's go back to this Psalm 73 verse 3, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. All right. Therefore, verse 6. Therefore, pride compassed them as. Verse 6. Therefore, pride compassed them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. All right. So that's another thing where, they're what's it called? They are not being blamed. They're not being condemned for their lying, their broken covenants, their broken agreements. Okay, all the stuff that they do, they're able to get away with being wicked. They're able to prosper with being evil. All right, but when someone else does the exact same thing, then those people, especially the brown people, as he said, okay, like the so-called Middle Easterns, all right, they are wrong. Then they get in trouble. Then they do all that stuff. Okay. As a matter of fact, I remember a brother had done a lesson like multiple years ago where he pointed out where there was this one Twitch streamer that let me see. About India? Is it India? I think that was it. Defend slavery. Oh yeah, here. Where's the video where they just say it? Oh, Dubai. That was what it was. Okay, here. Is he gonna pause it or is he gonna let the video play? I really hope he does not pause it.
Task. Good question. Okay. No, here's all I'm trying to say. We're in Dubai, so we're not going to say, anything in particular about this country. The only thing that bothers me is when people from first world or developed countries shit on, developing countries for doing things that those developed countries also did in the first place. It's just, a little bit of...
God, I hate this argument so much.
This dude goes on a whole ass tirade without listening to the whole thing. Oh my god. Bro is annoying as shit. Whatever, I can't find it. Yeah, basically you get the point of what she was saying, how they are shitting on people, which, okay, sure, in the sense of if you feel like you've changed, yes, that is a good thing, and you still can say that, yeah, I know I did before, but I've changed. I'm not doing that exact same thing anymore. But the fact of the matter is that Esau is still getting away with slavery, all right, and he through the justice system, the injustice system, all right, where he keeps on going to he gets basically slave labor off of inmates, all right, like this is literally what Esau does, all right, so it is very applicable, and it's not something, and that's the crazy thing. It's like you have these pseudo intellectual dumbasses, all right, that go and talk and will defend Babylon, all right, but yet they just completely ignore all the actual and factual things that Esau has been doing. Okay, suck it. I'm going to calm down right for now, but basically, yeah, like this is that shit that goes on where you can't even criticize Babylon anymore because everybody is defending Esau. Everyone's saying that Esau is this, Esau is that, and whatnot, and making him out to be the best thing in the world, when he is now. People are starting to see him in this year. People are starting to see how wicked and evil he is through the actions of DJT, okay, with all the stuff that he does, okay. But even then, you still have people that are going to defend him, okay. But of course, they're paid, all right. Anyway, continuing on. Isaiah chapter 32 verse 5, the vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. Verse 36. Verse 6, for the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy. keyword hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Okay, so this is the thing where you have these people that pretend to be all about love, that pretend to say, oh, we care about people, when in actuality it's hypocrisy. Okay, the scriptures literally talked about it. The scriptures literally showed how these people work. And also I did hear that that girl, those two sisters, they had went to basically wipe that clip off the internet, and basically I think the only way to see it was like through that, and that was one of the examples where people had what's it called, reacted to it, I guess, negatively. All right, so yeah, they basically had to get silence from that stuff. And I wonder who told them to wipe that stuff off the internet. All right, so that they could keep on going with their career. All right, and it's amazing how how just for that thing they went through such great lengths, to the point where I can't even find that shit. I can barely find that thing. But actually, I think I can find it because a brother did a lesson on it. But whatever. Okay, you basically get the point. All right. This is how Esau operates. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, BaHashem YAHAWASHI, BaHashem Rakak. I pray this lesson was a faith booster. I pray that this transition that we're going through speeds up more. Bob the ball and Shalom.